vampire and dragon defeated. Oh, we had our fun. Finished every quest released in 2001. 22 full years of questing, baking a death we cannot do. RuneScape 3 Hardcore Ultimate Ironman, questing through 2002. Welcome back to May 28th, 2002. I'm doing some fishing for reasons that are going to become apparent very quickly here. But we're not getting a fishing level or a cooking level to start. We're getting fire making. Fire making level 42. That is a cool quest requirement. Arctic pine logs, very good. And here's the cabbages again. They're having a great time still. Have to make the fires here to cook the fish. Works out for me. So I'm gonna be here for a little bit. And this is only the first of many grinds for today. It's gonna be a lot. But at least for now, nice and easy. 65 fishing. That is a quest requirement. The vessel fishing for carambons and swordfish gloves. Carambon are definitely better in old school. Don't know if we're really going to make much use of that. Either way, level. 69 cooking. Good. Boiled bass and eticat potatoes in Damonheim. Never gonna make one of those. Most likely. 66 fishing. No unlocks. 70 cooking. Milestone achievement. First level 70 skill. Pretty cool. That is a cool quest requirement. Admiral pies and salvials. Admiral pies would be nice, but those don't exist yet. Would save me a little bit of trouble here. Although, really not worth having to go make a pie to do things. Most of the time. So, more fishing levels will be an easier way of going about this. 67 fishing. No unlocks. 71 cooking. No unlocks. 43 fire making. That is a cool quest requirement. And 2 of the beacons. The first 2. That's gonna be something in the future. We're just gonna take a casual stroll around Ardoin while we talk about the updates here. On May 29th, so the very next day from where we previously were, 2002, we got a new automated cheating detection system going. 2,000 accounts got their stats and items wiped, and in the news post, they said that they will be able to identify all future offenders with 0% false positives. It's going to be a great time with no problems whatsoever. All cheaters will now be banned forevermore. That has gone perfectly, of course. On June 11th, got another update post here. June 11th, 2002, specifically. We gotta specify the year here. We got a lot of years to go through. It's gonna be a while. Another update post here about the current state of the game. Most of the originally planned aspects of the game are complete now. We got 11 full-time staff, and we get the first hints of some bigger updates for the future. Stuff like 3D NPCs, music, all sorts of cool stuff like that. They're still trying to work on the playground houses. but it's going to require instancing at this point. Mostly due to the fact that there's far too many people to just have a couple houses in Falador and Varrock, or literally anywhere else, unless they added like entire separate world maps worth of space for all the new houses. And that'd be a bit. So instancing technology will be required. What that will also allow, though, is the creation of randomly generated areas for teams to go into and have custom challenges for them to partake in. Makes it so they don't have to clutter the world with new content, and just the random nature could be interesting in itself. And along with all these other things, there's still going to be new quests, new areas, new monsters, everything you've come to expect. So, a lot of plans for the future. Very good. On June 12th, 2002, we had the first preview of the new 3D models, and they said it's probably at least 2 months away, and time would say that yes, it was at least 2 months away. 18 is definitely at least 2. On June 14th, 2002, a beta world was opened up to make sure the new database backend worked correctly. Everybody got new characters for these new worlds. There'd be no interaction with the regular servers, and all the accounts would be deleted in a few days once they were done doing the beta. So that's a very interesting thing that happened way back then. Betas have been used a little bit over the years, but not a huge amount, all things considered. And now, I've walked my way over here to a fishing spot that does exist. It is a trout, salmon, pike fishing spot over here, right near the altar, the tower here, where we get 68 fishing. Ain't that nice? And we can not bother getting a log for these. That's going to be solved. Yeah, 68 fishing. That is green blubber jellyfish, magnetic minnows. Those aren't out yet. But what's more important is the Fishing Guild. And the Fishing Guild is released. Let me see if we can get to the right area here. June 17th, 2002. So here we are. The Fishing Guild. Wild. And we have the levels, so we can just walk right in. No problems whatsoever. Amazing. The Fishing Guild, as you might expect, has some fishing stuff to do. We got a few fishing gear spawns. Got a harpoon, big net, lobster pot. Oh, that's good. And it's got fishing spots. Wow. You got cage, harpoon, net harpoon. Possibly another one. Anyways, we can fish lobsters, swordfish if we wanted to. And then there's a range right here. It's a little bit more convenient, at least for the lobsters and swordfish and such, than trying to go to Koramja or anything. And a range is also nice, even though our cooking is really getting up there. So how much it's actually going to help is a question. So, a nice spot to do some fishing. And also it's nice that it's over here on this side of the map, so as more content is going to be over here as things progress. So having access to the best foods that we can get in the locations we're going to be, that has many positives. Also here at the Fishing Guild, we've got a fishing shop. Wow. Slightly different than other fishing shops, since they got the supplies just lying on the ground over there. The tools, at least. They just have bait and feathers. There's not really bait or feather spots here. And it's fine. And then you can sell your raw or even cooked food here, which is interesting. That's got some potential. If I like fish lobsters here, sell them to the store. Probably still slower experience than trout and salmon all around. And we still do have 14,800 feathers here. So, as far as training is concerned, probably worse by a long run. Even though we do have to still just drop the trout and salmon, as there's still not really a store that buys it. And they're not in that shop either. Well, that's okay. Another thing, as in the Fishing Guild, is more searchers. Before this is a bank, there's just Orvin and Paddock here, who will search your lobsters, swordfish, bass, and sharks. So, that's nice. Very, very convenient location for all of that. Always a good time at the Fishing Guild. We're going to be here quite a bit in the future for a substantial grind where we need a lot of food. But for now, we're okay. We're going to just get out of here and go look at some other things that now exist. We run just a little bit to the east here. We've got a new temple. Not quite looking like this. There's no magical portal or people here. It's just down into a basement. This is the Temple of Ikov. Got all sorts of stuff going on in here. Bats that still want to attack me. Rude. Very aggressive. But this is somewhere we're going to be getting to later. The Temple of Ikov, understandably, is used during the Temple of Ikov quest. So, we'll be getting right back to that. And also, there was a second quest added on the same day here. We've got the Clock Tower. And the Clock Tower quest happens at the Clock Tower. Amazing. Shocking. The Temple of Ikov quest predominantly happens near the Temple of Ikov. Clock Tower predominantly happens near the Clock Tower. Amazing. So we just need to get down south of Arduin here. Run in through the zoo instead of around it because the changes, of course. And there's also one other thing added to the south here. The Clock Tower is, unsurprisingly, changed in the location. A lot of things were changed for no particular reason when switching to RuneScape 2. So the Clock Tower is now to the west of this path. Previously it was to the east. Why? Who knows? But also to the east here, we've got the Necromancer Tower. Nothing really to do here. Nothing really ever to do here. Just an interesting little place just off here to the side. We've got a Necromancer in the Necromancer Tower. Wow. Things have names, and they make a lot of sense. Oh, the Necromancer's attacking. Out of here. He's dead. I'm not going to pick up Necromancer loot. Not too worried about it. And here's another Necromancer. Hey, is he? Summons guys? Yeah, there you go. Wild. Oh yeah. That is the things that were added here. So now we just need to do the 2 quests. Clock Tower is second on the list and is incredibly easy with no requirements. But Temple of Ikov is first. And oh boy, does it have some requirements. We need 40 ranged and 42 thieving. And that is a bit. We've got 30 ranged and 23 thieving. So that needs some work. I think we will get the thieving levels first. Going to see if there's any better options than just continuing to steal cakes and dropping them on the ground. Feel like there's possibly not going to be something better though. So we'll see what we do, because we need to get many levels here. 19 thieving levels. Yeah, that's gonna be a little bit. 24 thieving. I'm just doing this. Oh yeah, nice and set up here. There's a click. One of the half cakes here. Interesting. Cakes come in thirds. Fascinating. Either way, that is 24 thieving. That is a mini quest requirement. Fantastic. 25 thieving. That is 3 quest requirements. Pickpocketing warriors. Potential double loot from female hand members with 15 agility. And the Spring Sorceress's Garden. Pickpocketing warriors is on the list of potential things that could be okay XP. But pickpocketing is a bit more annoying with all the fail rates and everything. Although it's also automated in present day. Just constantly pickpocketing. Well, could be something of interest. Maybe. 26 thieving. No unlocks. 27 thieving. That is seed stalls. Seeds is definitely going to be a thing in the future. 28 thieving. That is the nature room chests upstairs in Ardoin and later Releka. See if we can quickly find one of those here. Should be around here somewhere. Pick lock. Lock. We fail constantly. Upstairs here. Any chests? Some chests over there. Deal with those. I think this one is the 10 GP. Yeah. So over in the other building here. That's where we need to be. Pick lock. A few failed attempts, but that's alright. Up in here, search for traps. That is a achievement. And we get a nature rune. Very cool. And then just a little bit of time passes. And we can loot the nature rune again. The chest even changes color based on if it's been looted or not. It's like a different model or something. So while we wait for that, we can open this chest or something. Maybe. We're not finding anything. So yeah, we can get nature runes now from here. That could have some use. But later on that. Not good experience, at least. Maybe this is still trapping us. Yeah, whatever. back to the cake. 29 thieving. No unlocks. 30 thieving. Milestone achievement. And unlocks. 4 different quest requirements. We're really getting into the potential multi-loot business. Triple from farmers, double from male ham potential. Both with 20 agility. Got blackjack, lure knockouts, and abyss travel with thieving. Great. 31 thieving. That is quadruple loot from men with 21 agility. Seems like the agility level is always 10 less, so that's something. And Pyramid Plunder Room 2. Cool. That would be another potential thieving training method. Not yet. 32 thieving. That is rogues. Those do exist, although their pickpocketing job title has been completely changed, so we actually do have some business with rogues in the future, I think. But we will get to that later. 33 thieving as a quest requirement. It is nice to get all these quest requirements out of the way. I mean, we don't have a choice, I guess, but still. Less things to worry about in the future. 34 thieving. Nothing. 35 thieving. That is potential triple loot from female ham, potential double loot from warriors, and the fur stall, which actually does exist. Much like the silk stall, the respawn rate is way too slow to actually be good experience. Although, honestly, I could take some less click-intensive method here. Because the cakes just keep coming, and they don't stop coming. My goodness. 36 thieving as a cool quest requirement, and pickpocketing from cave goblins. If we stand over here for a second, this guard impales himself on my sword. There is 57 strength. Nothing there. Still just working on getting that up to 60 to match the ability of the dragon longsword here. 37 thieving. Quest requirement. 38 thieving as a quest requirement. And master farmers. That's going to be very nice once farming exists. 39 thieving. That is a quest requirement. Yay. And there is 40 thieving. Achievement, milestone, nice even level. That is a quest requirement, pickpocketing guards, potential for quadruple loot from farmers and triple loot from male ham members. Again with 30 agility there. I think we're going to try out some pickpocketing here. Not against guards. We just unlocked that, so our success chance is going to be abysmal. Just want to see how this feels. Now that we've got a few more levels under our belt here. So we're going to pickpocket from a warrior here. Now we've got the whole auto. See if we can actually make it happen once here. So we get stunned for a little bit. That's also a thing. So 26, and then we get stabbed. See if we can actually get this to continue one of these times. Because apparently that's a thing. Yeah, there it goes. So yeah. It goes, and then you get stunned for a while. Then you try again. 26 experience. And how many coins are we getting for this? Like 18 or something? Yep, 18 coins. it's faster experience. Just because of all the getting stunned portion. Yeah, when we're getting stunned, we're not getting any experience whatsoever. And it's definitely not particularly AFK with our current failure rates. 26 XP? Yeah, it's only slightly better than the stall thieving was. As much as I really would like to not just continue stealing cakes, feels like it's probably still better experience here, unfortunately. So, yeah, we can completely fail to. We never fail to steal the cakes, except when the guards attack, I guess. Yeah, we're just getting no experience right here. Maybe at a significantly higher level, where we actually succeed, or much later in the future when there's a whole bunch of things to help you pickpocket better. But as it currently stands, I'm going to currently stand right back over here. 41 thieving. That is a mini quest requirement. Pyramid Plunder, Room 3, and guaranteed entry into Pyramid Plunder. Alright, sure. $42 thieving. That is Crux Aqual Druids, Fish Stalls, and the quest requirement we were actually looking for here. Brilliant. So with that done, if we check the quest here, we now need 40 ranged, which we can do. We can accomplish that. We are going to continue fighting chickens, but we need some arrows. Luckily, we now have this store here, which sells arrows. Not quite 1,000, but if we count multiple worlds and world hopping and all that, we get like 300, I guess. A reasonable price. And if we need more, we can always just come back and buy more. But we also need a bow. And I'm thinking, just to be fancy, I'm gonna go make my own. And why not make it as good as we can get? Grab a maple log, make a short bow. Definitely more useful here than making the shield bow, that's for sure. Pick one flax, get one erroneous farming experience, and then we can just run over here, make the bowstring upstairs here, and once we're done with that, we attach it to the short bow, and there you go, a maple short bow. Brilliant. And we need to take off all the melee gear. Here we go. So we got level 30 accuracy with the short bow here, and level 1 damage, which should still be good enough for chickens. But yeah, getting enough quantity of better arrows is not really something we can do. Before we head over to try to do some range, it's currently landmine season with the Gothixian Butterflies event. So I'm going to go make sure that that is turned off so I don't accidentally click on one of these and get experience in one of my skills that don't exist yet. Because that would be unfortunate. And then, chickens. So many chickens. 31 ranged. That is nothing. Alright. Used to be steel crossbows. Those have been changed to a level 20 or something. Yep, level 20. Alright. Good. 32 range. Nothing. We're also picking up feathers here, because we totally need more feathers. Yeah. 33 ranged. Apparently used to be the level required for the black crossbow. not anymore. 34 ranged. Really gotta say, dealing with these arrows pretty much makes this the worst skill. Also, no unlocks. 35 range. That is part of the Catherby Cliff grapple shortcut. Pretty cool. 36 range. Used to be mithril crossbows. Yep. 37 range. Here's a real unlock. Quest requirement, river crossing, Talcarid, crossbow shortcut, and rapid fire. Always a good time with rapid fire. Later. Much later. 38 range, no unlocks. 39 range. Another agility shortcut for the Water Obelisk Island escape. Good. 40 ranged. Milestone, achievement, and unlocks galore. 2 quest requirements. Very good. We got M crossbow, M dart, M javelin, M throwing axe, M throwing knife, spine beam short bow, spine beam longbow, fractite arrows, dromedar equipment. Access to the ranging guild, M two-hand crossbow, fractite throwing knives, U shield bow, Robin Hood armor upgraded, requiring 82 defense, and regular Robin Hood armor, and the U short bow. So that's great. That is the level we needed. But while we're here, I figure we get one more level for our efforts. And I guess we get range XP, because why not? The amount of arrows we purchased was perfectly fine, so that worked out nicely too. We did have to pick up a lot of them. And there's also 61 Constitution. No unlocks for that, and that's fine. Let's put on the melee gear here. Guess we can pick up a few more arrows. Up to 20,000 feathers now, so that's great. We can drop the maple short bow. Not gonna need that anymore. And let's go scope out the Temple of Ikov just a little bit more. Going to the temple and we're going to have problems. Going to the temple of Ikov. Going to the temple and we're going to have problems. Going to the temple of Ikov. 40 ranged and 42 thieving, those are the skills you will be needing if you want to do your questing here. But there's one specific item, because of the mentioned problems, let us make it super crystal clear. Because you need a U-bow so you can fire some arrows if you want to make it through. And if you are an Ironman trapped before more updates happen, you know what you must do. You need to make that bow of you. It is a simple task, so you just have to ask. Is your fletching level 65? And there we have it. The reason that 40 range was required. Doesn't even mention it in the required items section here. But we need a U-bow or better. Options include the U short bow, U shield bow, magic short bow, magic shield bow, and then later such things as the elder short bow and the dark bow would work. But for us, by far the easiest one to get is the U short bow, requiring 65 fletching. So that is 10 more levels. And that is a lot. So, we need to go train fletching. We don't have any other choices. Eventually, there will be other ways to get a U short bow. But not for us. Not here. I'm just gonna drop items we don't need on us and return to the location that we want to be in order to train fletching. Right up here at these willow trees. Still not quite at the point where we'd want to chop maple trees. I don't think that point's going to be happening. Previously, the fishing was level 64. I could see exactly how much experience was needed. It's a lot. It's a lot. Woodcutting is getting up there. That's going to get us to 63 there. And how much XP are we having in woodcutting? Not too much, I don't think. A little bit in. So that'll get us to 63. And then we need to get at least that much 2 times more. Probably more in the area of 3 times more. So somewhere in the 400 and some thousand XP area. We're currently at 178,000 fletching. And each longbow we make here is 41. So, yeah. We are making willow shield bows, dropping them on the ground, because that is pretty much our only option here. If this had been in the future, say 2007, could have gotten a U-bow as a drop. If this had been, let's say, a different part of 2007, could have got this from an impling. But as it stands, U short bows, not dropped, not sold. We could even get them from the shops if it had been 2017, maybe. Those Auction Emporium. Yeah, 2017 for those. So, 2007, 2017, great times to need a U short bow. Unfortunately, it's 2002. So, here we go. How many bows are we going to be dropping on the ground? 5,500. Here we go. All of the fletching has been leading to this grind. We have 10 levels to go. So let's make it 9. First level on this part of this grind, 56 fletching. That is sapphire-tipped mithril bolts and the Boba Strangler longbow in Damonheim. Fantastic. 63 wood cutting. Because we can't get fletching experience here without wood cutting experience. No unlocks them. Just slightly faster wood cutting. Which is the limiting factor XP here, so still good. 57 fletching. No unlocks. And here is another event. Very much in quotes. We get some bits of 8 and pirate plunder. Sure. Worry about that later. I can just go in the currency pouch. And we could destroy this or we could open it. Both are options. 111783, so if it's money, we can just get rid of it. It is Ottomans. That's fine. I think it's probably going to be mostly Ottomans. It's an Ironman account, I guess. Yeah, that doesn't do anything for us. Here's a pirate bandana. Great. Pirate themed. 64 woodcutting. No unlocks. 58 fletching. That is emerald tipped mithril bolts. And the above strangler staff and wand in Daemonheim. Yep. 65 woodcutting. No unlocks. 59 fletching. That is mithril grapple-tipped bolts. So, grapples, basically. Will be useful once there's all those grappling shortcuts. Gonna be a great time. An evil tree is growing here. Look at him go. Just right in the way. It's bigger now. Wow. Now it's a young tree. And now its top is kind of breaking. Interesting. We're not doing anything to make this happen, it's just happening. See what kind of tree this becomes, if that even happens without anybody here to nurture it. Presumably. There we go. It's an evil elder tree. Wow. Evil trees and elder trees don't exist. Amazing. But yeah, this is very in the way. I'm going to make use of my ability to hop worlds here. 60 fletching. Another milestone achievement, all that stuff. And that is Thygat to arrow shafts in Daemonheim, fragment bolts and arrows. But what we can actually make is adamant arrows. Oh boy. We can use those with our bow or something. Bow that we can't get yet. Whatever. Unfortunately, we cannot mine or smith the adamant to make the arrowheads. So the only way we can get them is buying them from a shop. And instead of having over 100, the shop now has 10 arrowheads. And probably takes an entire day to restock. So not even remotely useful. But there you go. 5 more levels to go. 66 wood cutting. No unlocks. 61 fletching. We move from adamant arrows to adamant bolts. And all the things comprising the adamant mahogany crossbow. And also, I got short bows in Daemonheim. Yep. Crossbows and engineering. Seems to be most of the stuff here. My goodness. 67 woodcutting. No unlocks. 62 fletching. Heading back to arrows here with adamant brutal arrows. Probably not going to make any of those either. Getting there. 68 woodcutting. A pretty nice level. Because that is choking ivy. Pretty good woodcutting experience, but no logs or anything. So we will see how many logs we end up needing for fletching and fire making and construction. I don't think woodcutting experience is going to be a problem here. Many things need that. 63 fletching. That is ruby-tipped adamant bolts. Used to be a lot more useful in the past. And Thygot traps in Daemonheim. Yep. Back to bolts in Daemonheim. Great. 69 woodcutting. No unlocks. Oh boy. We got another bag of stuff. Let's see what's in here. Just make sure we don't get any extra coins or anything. Unfortunately, it does not put the number in the chat box, but that's alright. Open a pirate plunder. Yay. We got a box. Crate O peg legs. And we got a title, Pirate King. Delightful. Remove peg legs, store peg legs. Destroy peg legs? You can reclaim it from Drainer. Yeah, that's nice. Oh wow. Look at all this shenanigans. We got peg legs. Yep, that's definitely peg legs. We can walk around with little peg leg feet. Fantastic. Peg leg left foot, right leg. Amazing. Ridiculous. No use, really, so that's fine. So, okay. Better than any tradable reward, I suppose. Amazing. 64 fletching. Nothing. 70 woodcutting. Achievement, milestone. Very cool. Got a few things here. Collect sentinel fragments. Ah, that's a thing. We will now start to gather sentinel fragments while training woodcutting. Those are not out yet, and we can't get rid of them. So, we're gonna end up with a lot of the elite skilling outfits just by chance. Or by training. And we can't just not train any woodcutting from now on. That's not gonna work. So, we'll eventually just have those, I guess. It's one of the currencies, and that's just how it works. Technically, we could do a lot of woodcutting after it comes out. I guess we'll worry about that when it happens. But for now, we're gonna start getting these fragment bits. We can't use them though. We won't be able to use the outfits until they exist, at least. Also, Corpse Thorn and Catagon Hatchet in Daemonheim, and the log-splitting Scrimshaw. Scrimshaw doesn't exist. Player on Ports doesn't exist. Lots of things here at level 70 that don't exist. And that would have been our first level 70 skill if we had not went to get the fishing requirement to go in the fishing guild. But we did. So here we are. We just need one more level. And here we are. Level 65 fletching. Diamond tipped admin bolts. And much more importantly, the yew short bow. There are yew trees here. We're gonna chop this. The question is, how long is it going to take to chop a yew log with a mithril hatchet and 70 woodcutting? Definitely an interesting combination. So here we are. Also, based on woodcutting here, it is in fact possible to turn off the fragments. So I'm going to go do that. Almost no one else would want to turn off the fragments, so it's fascinating that's even an option. It literally goes into the pouch here, and you don't even need to worry about it. We got 1,500 here before we learned about that. And there's also like 7 other fragments that we'll probably have to turn off when we get to those levels, but we will worry about that when we get there, I suppose. And then we also have to remember to turn these back on once these things actually exist, because getting the outfits would be nice in the future. But in the present, we're making a U shortbow. 67.5 XP. Still completely not worth it for fletching experience, since chopping it so much longer. Use the bowstring, and there we have it. The U shortbow. Amazing. It looks just the same as all the other shortbows, just a slightly different color. And we can wield it, so we're looking perfect here. So now, with that out of the way, we can actually go and start Temple of Ikov. I mean, technically we could have started it before getting the bow, but this is a good order of doing things. But before we do that, we're going to go turn off the Sentinel fragments before I forget that's a thing. And that is over north of Falador. So I'm going to take the super convenient under the White Wolf Mountain Dwarf Pass. So that's cool. Getting all sorts of benefits from that already. We just need to talk to Wilfred here. He's got the woodcutting cape. It's pretty fancy. Can you help me with the Sentinel outfits? You're set to receive fragments. When you get to level 80, you'll be able to create outfit pieces. Can we not? I'd like to not. Help me with the outfit. You're set to receive fragments. So got something else. Elder trees, crystal trees, never mind. Subject for your we're talking to him. Maybe we can't turn it off. It's not like it's something that really needs to be turned off, ever. Let's try some other options here. He does woodcutting. That didn't change it. He's wearing the woodcutting cape. Yeah, that's good. Elder trees exist. Don't exist. Sure has a lot to say about elder trees. And crystal trees? Maybe we can't turn this off. Huh. What a system. What a strange system we're dealing with. Okay. Dug into the transcript information for Wilfred here. Apparently the turning off system only works if you already have enough fragments to make the entire outfit. And then you can stop getting extra fragments that will be deleted when you make the full outfit anyway, I guess. So, not going to help us to not get the fragments. So, that's fine. I'm okay with it. It is what it is. Another system that doesn't quite work how it would. But it's still many, many hours worth of the skills to get the fragments to get the outfit. So, and we're going to be getting the, well, I guess it's time-based, not XP-based, so us being really slow at woodcutting with our mithril hatchet doesn't actually slow this down at all. But either way, that is something that's going to happen, I guess. I'm not too worried about it. Not a big deal. So, back to Temple of Ikov. To start Temple of Ikov, really. On the way over to the quest start, we're just going to pick up the last few things we need here. Got a tinderbox from Arheen, and we're getting a candle from the candle shop here. And that is an achievement. Amazing. We'll light the candle, because we're going into some darkness. So that's going to be necessary. The quest starts over here in the Flying Horse Inn, talking to Lucian. I seek a hero to go on an important mission. I'm a mighty hero. I require the Staff of Armadil. It is in the deserted Temple of Ikov, near Heminster, northeast of here. Take care, hero. There's a dangerous monster somewhere in the temple. Why can't you get it yourself? The guardians of the Staff of Armadil fear me. They have set up a magical barrier which even my power cannot overcome. So we can say it looks too dangerous, or it sounds like a laugh, but I'm interested in what the reward is. I see you are the mercenary type. It's 11. Mighty hero, mercenary. We are many things. I will reward you well if you bring me the staff. Yeah, sure. That sounds like a laugh. Temple of Ikov. Accept. It's not as easy as it sounds. The monster can only be killed with a weapon of ice. There are many other dangers. I'm up for it. Take this pendant. Without it, you will not be able to enter the Chamber of Fear. Lucian has given you a pendant. I cannot stay here much longer. I'll be west of the Grand Exchange in Varrock. I have a small holding up there. So he is leaving. Not to the Grand Exchange, because that doesn't exist yet, but just a little bit to the northwest of Varrock. So, that'll be fine. We got a pendant here, which we can pop that on. Very cool. And make our way over to the Temple of Ikov. We've got many dangers, a powerful guardian, and a special staff that we need to try to get. Lots of interesting things happening in the Temple of Ikov. And we're getting all of this information from some really shady guy over in the inn. Tells us he's going to reward us greatly. And we are off to the races. We will do anything anyone tells us to do. It's a problem. But let's get down in here into the temple. Once again, with no giant portal to Stormguard or bird people outside. Just a completely abandoned temple, like Lucian said. Also of interest is the slight differences in the layout here of the temple. This up here is the Chamber of Fear, which we don't need to go into quite yet. The first thing we need to deal with is right down this way, down this staircase, which was previously inside the Chamber of Fear, as we can see on the little map here. Functionally, we have the amulet, so that'll allow us to get in here anyways. I think this would have meant that previously, what we're going to get down here was locked behind starting the quest. But I don't know if you need the levels to start the quests at any given time. I don't think boosting really works anymore. It used to work for some things, though. Or not even needing levels to start. But this is where the candle comes in. If we try to go down this staircase without a candle, it's dark down here. I'm not going to venture far in the dark. So instead, with the candle, we're instead brought over to the light version of the room, which is actually a completely different location, which is pretty wild. We can slash this web with our sword and or knife, and pick up the Boots of Lightness, which are very nice. Carry weight is not a thing in RuneScape Classic, but when it was added, the Boots of Lightness were given some lightness effects. I don't think they have any stats per se. No, not really. But they do reduce weight by a pretty significant amount, which is going to be very necessary right in the next section here. Climbing back out of here, if we try to go south, we'll see that the door won't open. We get attacked by a bunch of giant bats. It's fantastic. Instead, we go into here, into the Room of Fear, get attacked by some skeletons, and we're allowed in here because we have our pendant with us. And now, the boots come into play. We need to cross this very conspicuous walkway. It's over lava, it's breaking down, and the solution here is to weigh less than nothing. Well, technically not way less than nothing, but have carry weight of less than nothing, which the Boots of Lightness will help with. So what we need to do is drop some stuff that might weigh stuff on the ground here. Just as much as we can. Make sure we are well and truly underweight. And go open up this door over here and pick up this lever. You need to be careful at this step because the lever does have some weight itself. So if you get just the right amount of weight, you can walk across but not walk back, which is obviously not what you want. Let's keep on the pendant of fear here. That's fine. There we go. We got the lever, which we just place in this lever bracket. When we're not getting attacked by a bat, very rude. Out of here. Fit the lever in the bracket, pull the lever, and that opens up this gate here. You hear a clunking of some hidden machinery. Brilliant. With the clunking, we can open this door now. It's fantastic. And make our way into the icy section of the dungeon. Very cool. We were told we needed to get a weapon of ice, and where better to find something like that than in this icy bit. We got some ice spiders level 42. See if they're aggressive. Doesn't look like it. Well, that's easy. And we're not double a level, so whatever. We need to search these chests in the ice here and find nothing. And then search another chest and find nothing. And then search another chest. Nothing in there. This is a process. Search this chest. Nothing. This is a bit of a replacement for how the room here originally was. You need to find some ice arrows. And originally they were just at the end of this icy dungeon area. But when RuneScape 2 happened and you didn't get stuck in combat with the ice spiders constantly, they made it a little bit more dangerous by having you need to run back and forth past the spiders, I guess. But the spiders aren't aggressive anymore, so kind of a moot point at this point. That's alright. We're just gonna run over this way. Keep looking for more arrows. We're still rocking the we don't get to save our arrows or save the arrows by using Evolution of Combat business. So we're going to need a decent number of arrows, I think, just to be safe. It's not like getting the arrows is difficult at all. It's actually incredibly doable. And as another plus, the Boots of Lightness are boots that we can actually wear. So that means we're going to be weighing slightly less from now on. I suppose until we get better boots that are actually good and useful. We couldn't do leather boots before because they have negative melee accuracy penalty, which would not have helped in the slightest. But be able to run a little bit further since our weight is reduced, I'll take that. I'll take that gladly. keep going through here. I think that should probably be enough arrows. Feels like it's probably gonna be fine. If I get one more from this chest, should be. Or a number. Yep. 25? I think that'll do. And these ice weapons, ice arrows, used for fighting the strong monster Lucian told us about. So I think it would probably also be a good idea here to go and get some food. And we can do that over at the fishing guild, which is conveniently located right nearby. Let's go pick up a lobster pot and go to town. It's gonna be great. Don't really need the tinderbox or the candle anymore. I don't think we need the knife, since we already got the boots of lightness. I think we can drop that too. But we do still obviously need the bow. That's kind of part of this. Let's pop in here. I don't know if we need like a full inventory of lobsters. But I mean, might as well. Or rather, we're gonna need to take off a bit of equipment. Like these, put on the bow. No, maybe we go with that many lobsters. That'll work. And we might burn some too, but that's fine. There's a range here, so that's gonna work out very nicely. Let's get some food and get back into the temple of Ikov. Yeah, I can't burn lobsters since I have the cooking gauntlets and high cooking, so that's taken care of. That's great. Wielding the armor just while I run past things here. Smart plans. Get the bow out here. Next obstacle, we've got this lever here. And an obvious trap door and another trap door here. How about we don't fall for this trap? Search for traps. And then we find it and disable it. 42 thieving. Coming in clutch. Pull this lever after the trap is deactivated. Very important parts there. And that opens up the next door. We got so many doors with different requirements and gates and levers and all sorts of stuff. If we walk through here, we see fire remains, a bunch of charred bones, lava pits, and another door. We go over here. Out pops the fire warrior of Lysarchus. Did a magical blast, stopped us from going through the door there. Wild. Who dares to enter the Temple of Ikov? I'm a mighty hero. I'm literally in the Heroes Guild. I am legally allowed to say that. Pathetic fool, prepare to die. And now, we fight the Fire Warrior. Oh, we're gonna 2-hit him, huh? No, 3-hit. Our quantity of ice arrows was excessive. That's okay. Worse things have happened. Yeah, he was a bit weaker than he used to be. That's the case with a lot of things. I guess that technically counts as a quest boss. Sorta. Not really. Put the melee stuff back on. And talk to Winelda here. She's a witch. She's got a cauldron and everything. Brilliant. Hee hee, we see you're in a pickle. Wants to be getting over the nasty lava, do we? Nah, not bothered. But yes we do. Yes we do. Mocking us, are we? Clever one, aren't we? No, we're just getting in the groove of things here. We got magic to do. I'm knowing some magic trickses. I could get over easy as that. Don't tell them. They always come. They pester poor Winelda. If you're such a great witch, get me over. See? They pester Winelda. I can do something for you. Good, don't pester. Help! Give Winelda 20 limpwort roots for my pot. Then we shows them some magic. Alright, I'll come back when I've got enough roots. And now, the other main problem here. We need 20 limpwort roots. And very specifically, they have to be unnoted limpwort roots, which is not great. Luckily, we don't have a huge number of things in our inventory, which would take up a lot of space. So we can actually manage to go get 20 limpwort roots here. Going to need to drop a lot of things, but that even allows us to have 8 additional things in the inventory besides limpwort roots. So we'll be able to be just fine here. Let's see. If we go around this way, we get down to the Pillars of Zanash and that dungeon. Drop that. If we bring a few pieces of food, probably still a good plan. The air rooms to teleport out, also not a bad idea. Not that I expect to really have any problems in the rest of the temple, but being able to teleport out of situations is generally good practice. Still need the pendant later. We don't really need the ice arrows. I don't think we really need the U-bow anymore. I guess we would sell that to a shop. That's probably worth something. I mean, I know it's worth something. That's kind of how this works. Here's some hobgoblins. We're going to take the hobgoblin drop table here and not worry about anything except for the limpwort roots. So we just need to get 20 limpwort roots here. And oh boy, are we just killing them in one hit. There's not a huge number of hobgoblins here. Maybe we hop worlds. That's also an option. So yeah, this could take a little bit. Technically, we could go find some other hobgoblins somewhere else. Probably. Are there even hobgoblins here? Dungeon, Estrin, Crandor, Cramjo. Yeah, Witchhaven Dungeon. / this place. Oh yeah. 20 limpwort roots. There's one. 4 spawns. I think it's definitely worth world hopping here. Let's grab that. And we're not taking much damage so far. I think we're going to be just fine here. There's another one. Yeah, this shouldn't take too long. Let's see. We get the 8 inventory slots here. We'll bring what? 1 lobster? We've got the teleport, so we're still fine. Oh yeah. This is... Oh, we didn't one hit that one. So we're not quite to the point where our minimum hit is quite that high. Still, not difficult in the slightest. I'll be back once I have 10 times as many limpwort roots. Oh boy. Now this is an inventory. Looking great. Looking great. 20 unnoted limpwort roots. Later on, things like these are going to be problematic. There's not too many times where you need this many things at the same time. The main problems are going to be times when we can't have anything. That's going to be situations. We will worry about that when we get there. For now, we've got what we need. Let's just get over here to the temple. Pop across here. Down the ladder again. And back through most of the dungeon. We got the pendant on, so we can head back into the Chamber of Fear. Run past the skeletons. Past the other lever, the trap doors. Through this room. Back past where we fought the fire guy, which we killed with 3 shots. It was very easy. It's going to be a while until we have any difficult quest bosses, really. But it's eventually going to get there. And talk to Winelda. Have you got roots for poor Winelda? Yes, I've got them. You give Winelda the limpet roots. Good, good. My potion is nearly ready. Bubble, bubble, toil and trouble. Now he shows them our magic. Hold on tight. Winelda teleports you across the lava. Ta-da! When it works, I suppose. Alright. And we get attacked by some more skeletons. Fantastic. And push this wall to get into this area. I think this part here might be the actual temple. And here we have a choice. We can either side with the Guardians of Armadyl or with Lucian. If we have our pendant on and try to talk, thou art a foul agent of Lucian. Such an agent must die. And then we kind of slice them in half. And that gives us the option to take their bones here. Or we can remove the pendant, since they responded so negatively to that, and try to have an actual conversation here. Thou hast ventured deep into the tunnels. You have reached the temple of our master. It is many ages since a pilgrim has come here. And then we have a few options here. I seek the staff of Armadyl. Out of my way, fool. Or, what are your kind, and what are you doing here? This seems like a really out-of-the-way location. What's happening? We are the Guardians of Armadyl. We have kept the temple safe for many ages. The evil in the dungeon seeks what lies here. The Majrat are the worst. What is the Armadyl? Armadyl is the god we serve. We have been charged with guarding his sacred artifacts until he requires them. Ah, okay, thanks. Go in peace. Let's get some more information here. What's the Armadyl? And then someone told me there was only 3 gods. I don't know how much god lore we've come across quite yet. I think Saradomin, Zamorak, and Guthix. Yeah, I think we've probably seen the original 3. Saradominists, bleh. They will acknowledge those 3. There are at least 20 gods. Wow. That's a lot more. Probably more minor gods. Main difference here. And then he was also talking about the Majrat. What are the Majrat? They are ancient and powerful beings of evil. It is said that they once had great influence over this plane of existence, and that Zamorak was once of their kind. They are far fewer in number now, but there are still some present in this world. One, such as Lucian, would become nigh unstoppable if he were to possess the staff of Armadyl. Did you say Lucian? It was Lucian that asked me to get the staff. You are a fool to be working for Lucian. Your soul must be cleansed to save you. How dare you call me a fool? I just thought it was something I had to do. We're going to be a little nonchalant about this whole Lucian is a powerful something or other. Yeah, you're right. It's time for my yearly bath. The guardian splashes holy water over you. You have been cleansed. Lucian must not get hold of the staff. He will become too powerful. Hast thou come across this foul beast? If you know where he is, you can help us defeat him. Yeah, let's go for it. A new person has asked us to do something, and so we will. Okay, I'll help. So he is close by? Yes. No. He's in Varrock. He must be after the staff. Here, take this pendant. Were it to show your allegiance to us, then defeat him in combat. I doubt you'll kill him, but should discourage him for a while. The Guardian gives you a pendant. This is the Armadillo pendant. Neat. Have you got rid of solution yet? No. Hurry, friend. Time is against us. So that is what we're going to do. Otherwise, we'd come in here and grab the Staff of Armadillo here. Looking all fancy on the table. So we need to get over to Varrock now. Probably could have picked up the fire runes. I was fighting hobgoblins. I did end up getting a few law runes, so that would have been okay. Might be able to get out of here. We didn't get a key or anything. Let me search this dungeon a little bit more. It was like down, yep, down here. This is the shiny key, which I guess we really do need to be able to exit the dungeon here. Having to run past lesser demons. Pretty spooky. They are magic and all that. I got a little bit of damage here. So we get the shiny key from over here. We can go back up to this ladder. That'll pop us out over here. And that gets us into McGruber's Woods. Key opens this door. Very cool. And now we're out. So we need to go to Varrock. And I think probably we just run there. That's okay. We've got what we need to defeat Lucian. To get over to where Lucian is, the best route is crossing this bridge near Edgeville. And then we would be running further to the southeast here, but the Grand Exchange moved things around a little bit. So instead, the shack is right here. Looking like an absolute mess, with a broken range, broken chairs and tables, infested with rats. Here is Lucian. Have you got the Staff of Armadillo yet? No, not yet. But I do have a Dragon Longsword. Directly for your face. Ciao. I don't have time for this. I'll find someone else to do my bidding. And he teleports away. Interesting. And the message is still here. Quest complete. A little bit of an abrupt ending there. But we get our rewards. 1 quest point. Some ranged and fletching XP. The Boots of Lightness. And access to the Temple of Ikov. The experience, as per usual, is not exactly the same. The ranged and fletching calculator was the same level here. Basically, coming into this with level 40 range would have gotten you the 10,500 experience that we did get. So that's correct. But the fletching experience is only 8,000 here, whereas our level 65 would have gotten us 16,750. I feel like the game probably assumed that you would not go and make your own U short bow. This predates Ironman by quite a bit. Probably more like... Well, it's not exactly. To get 8,000 XP, it would have been, assuming about level 30 fletching, which is less than half. So, getting less than half the fletching experience we were due, that's still fine. And that is 2 range levels. Well, that's fun. That got us another requirement of Void, the Void Knight Mace. and part of the Karamja grapple shortcut. So, that's all good. And then he's back, but don't worry about that. He's not actually here. Feels like a little bit of an anticlimax. So let us head back and talk to the Guardians of Armadillo again. At least we can get back quicker with our Camelot teleport here. So that's nice. But I think I'm going to be coming back this way, so I'm going to go pick up some runes in Varrock. And there's no hole in the wall here, so we're just going to go around. But let's get back over to the Guardians of Armadillo. See if they have anything else to say. Conveniently kept the shiny key here, so we can open up this door. That's a much quicker way to get back into the temple here, instead of going all the way around. So we defeated Lucian. Exactly how far that's going to get us, we will see. I got rid of Lucian. Well done, friend. He knows we are strong and still defend the staff. This is good news. That's all we got to say? Well, count that as a win. Oh, there you go. That is the Temple of Ikov. We got some new boots. That's always a good time. I guess we can go back to Falador here. That was a bit of a waste of a teleport back here. That's alright. And deal with the inventory here. Drop some stuff, drop some other stuff. Sell the U short bow that we had so much hassle to get for 240 coins. We can always make another one. Not that we really have much reason to, but you know, that's okay. There you go. We still have another quest to do on this day. But after all of that mess, I'm gonna go take a bit of a break here. Also, I've got more work to do on like the song and everything. The timelines, they are slightly convoluted here. So, here we are. Not gonna be as complicated or grinding in order to start the next quest. So, we got that going for us. Next time. Goodbye.